Hello and welcome. This is your weekend market analysis for the 31st of July to the 4th of August 2017. Actually, the month of July is signing out, and the month of August is going to kickstart in this same upcoming trading week. Usually, whenever you have 2 months, one closing and the other opening within a week, you usually tend to see much of price volatility, and it also tends to offer plenty of trading opportunities. Okay. All right, last week was quite an interesting week, although a volatile week, but then it was profitable for us. Before we do this review, let's very quickly look into some of those signals that we're taking in the live trading room, and just make a quick review as well. Okay. All right, let's get going. All right, you are now looking into the live trading room itself and the signal services section, and this is the live screen where we usually broadcast on daily basis, and of course this is the chat window. All right, okay, now those signals we took as of last week. Let's scroll down to see those trades that we are still holding. We are still holding the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen, where we took a sell, a shorter trade. That trade is still open, and on the update here, we have only cashed out some profits for 25 pips, and we have not moved our stop loss to break even. All right, so that trade should still be held. That trade is still in our direction, so don't close that trade. Okay. All right, the next one that we are still holding, which is really not in our favor right now, but then we are hopeful that by the end of this week we are going to be in profit, is the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. All right, hopefully before the end of this upcoming trading week, this trade should move in the preferred direction. There is no update yet. We are still holding this trade, so we are going to keep that trade for this week. Okay. All right, so that is basically the 2 trades that we are holding so far. For 1 week we have taken some trades here, which is not bad enough. 2, 4, 6, 8 trades in 1 week. All right, just 1 loser. Okay, we have just 1 losing trades out of those 8. 1 was not triggered, and of course it's a good deal. It's a good deal. All right, okay, so let's hope that this week is going to be a better week. All right, let's now proceed into the Forex Factory economical calendar to see those high impact news announcements, those are heavyweight monetary policy statements, interest rates that will be released for this upcoming trading week. Okay, from the Forex Factory economical calendar, we have quite a number of high impact news events that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. As you can see, there are a lot of them, all right, so it's going to be a very busy trading week ahead. Okay. All right, and as it is, whenever we have all of this, that means the market is going to be busy, and there should be much of trading opportunities presented. Okay. All right, as an intraday trader, you want to bother yourself about all of these high impact news announcements. You want to make sure you are not trapped. All right, you are not trapped in this news announcement. So you want to keep in mind the days of which they will be released, and of course their times, their hours, their news release hours. All right, you want to keep them on your notepad and make sure you have really protected your account from all of these high impact news events as an intraday trader. Okay. All right, so as a long-term trader, which of these are you supposed to be worried about? Of course, interest rates announcement, monetary policy statements, those are the 2 major things that you should be concerned about. Okay, and of course the non-farm payroll, which is one of those news events, that one of those heavyweight high impact news events that should impact the chart in heavy momentum. And so as a long-term trader, you want to be careful with that as well. Okay, so long-term traders, be careful with interest rate statement. All right, right there for the Australian dollar, that is one of those are things you want to keep in mind. Again, what do we have in here? Let's look downwards. We have interest rate announcement for the sterling pounds. Okay, right there, you want to keep that in mind. Also, sterling pounds the same day, interest rate, MPC official bank rate vote, followed by the monetary policy summary, then the interest rate itself. Okay, official bank rate for the sterling pounds. So long-term trader, you want to be careful with sterling pounds on Thursday, the 3rd of August 2017. What again? Central banks species. Well, you also want to keep that in mind. We have the monetary policy statement for the Australian dollar. All right, again, coming from Australian, you want to be very careful with that also on Thursday. Okay. What else? Let's scroll down a bit to see. On Friday, we have the non-farm payroll. Okay, this is one event that we usually trade every first Friday of the new month. So this is another trading opportunity for us and new traders, and in the live trading room we'll be dealing with this on Friday. Okay, so you want to also keep this in mind as a long-term trader, and this is all of these news events are, all right, of course, trading opportunities for us using our news trading approach. Whenever it is time to for these news announcements to be out, we usually switch over to our news trading approach, finding trading opportunities. Okay, all right, these are basically all for this week. So you want to keep in mind all of these events. They can impact the charts and invalidate your setup. Okay, now let's quickly proceed into the Forex chart to do our review for this upcoming trading week. All right, let's begin with the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, the weekly time frame. Last week we analyzed this chart, and we were looking to place our selling stop order right below that fake breakout candle. All right, but that setup didn't trigger. This is one of our trades for last week that did not trigger. Price went again to the upside, but then came back down and closing just above that level of resistance that we were watching. Okay, well, at best we don't really want to see this candle close on top of this line. All right, we want the candle to close just like the previous one right there. For current candle, it closed above that line, and that is not what we always want to see. But at any rate, if you are a trader and you are considering looking into the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, you want to be very hesitant going long on this pair. Okay, you want to be very hesitant looking for long opportunities. You want to really pay attention to what is happening on that on this pair. Let's see the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we are likely to have a range, as you can see what price is doing right above that level of our weekly resistance. Okay, so this little range in here, you want price to give way, you want price to show a clear directional hint before you want to keep searching for trading opportunities. At best, before you want to go short, you need to wait for this trend line, this rising trend line here, to give way. Actually, we are looking to trade the trend collapse strategy. If price breaks that trend line and goes back up to retest any of those key areas that we usually watch, either the breakout point, the Fibonacci retracement area, or even a retest of the broken trend line. So from there on, that is where we'll be looking to click on our sell button. But for now, the pair is still in that range, and we wouldn't want to take any trade within that junction of the chart. We always want to pin our trade at an optimal area where there is no traffic. All right, we always want to trade on a highway free of traffic. Okay, all right, so that is our plan for this pair. So let's look into the next one. The next pair here is the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. This is one pair that I have been following throughout last week. Luckily, I made a little pips, all right, although against the overall directional bias for this pair. But at any rate, it was worth it, okay? Now, in the weekly time frame, this has been a very problematic area for this pair. Remember, we are analyzed this pair before, and we were talking about this area as being an optimal area to go short. Okay, last week the bulls attempted pushing through but failed again to make that push come true, and so the bears were able to still push price back down, but not overpowering the bulls in totality. Okay, so there is a constant fight between the bulls and the bears at this particular area. As of last week, it was more of a draw. Okay, so the direction is not yet confirmed, but hopefully, very hopefully, we are very likely to see this pair push to the downside, although there is no confirmation yet, and so that is why you need to wait. Do not click on your sell button yet. I am going to be showing you what you will be doing in the daily time frame for you to know exactly when to go short. Okay, so let's switch over to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. You can see how the 3 SMA trend filter is calling for a downtrend. That means price has been pushing to the downside, giving us lower swing highs, okay, and lower swing lows. So the direction has been to the downside, and this pullback has come back to that optimal area where you have the trend line, and it will be wise to keep searching for short opportunities. Last week, like I said, I was trading. I took a buy entry, challenging this level of resistance. I took some profit. That was quite an aggressive trade, although I knew what I was doing, so it wasn't a blind entry. And of course, I took out some profits. I made some profits out of that area, and right now we are looking for price to keep pushing to the downside. How do we want to jump on board? Well, whenever price is swinging, all right, whenever price is trending, you want to always see price take out the previous swing low or swing high. Swing low in the case of a downtrend, and swing high in the case of an uptrend. In this case, swing low taken out right there, and whenever price push to the upside, crash back down and failed to take out the previous swing low. You can see how price gave us that low right there. So eventually we are now scoring higher swing lows. All right, you want to be very careful with that. But the good thing here is that price failed to take out the previous swing high. Okay, so the bears are still really much. The uptrend is not there yet because the previous swing high was never taken out. We still have higher swing lows but lower swing highs. So the trend is still intact. Price is still pushing to the downside. How do you want to get involved? Well, simply draw the retracement trend line. Connect these two bounce points right there. Okay, connect those two bounce points and wait for price to break below. What you want to be doing here is to wait for the breakout of that line, a pullback, then you want to jump on board. Prices are hopefully going to crash to the downside in heavy momentum. So we are going to be following this pair in real time, and like I said, the 3 SMA indicator is calling for a downtrend, and the price is around the dynamic area of support and resistance. This is another bounce right here. So now we are going through the second leg. What do you need to do? Simply wait for price to break out of this retracement trend line. All right, that's a retracement trend line, and of course the setup chart is in the daily time frame. That's the setup chart. So the trigger chart should be in the 4 hours time frame. So as price is breaking this retracement trend line, you want to zoom into the 4 hours time frame to search for the breakout, pullback, and continuation move. All right, so this is what we are following. Simply wait for that breakout, then search for your short entry. All right, that is that. Let's now look into other interesting pairs for the week. Okay, and we are starting